Gang, I know what the fuck is going on. Listen, man, if you haven't already liked, subscribe, and hit the notification, you're bugging. Follow my IG right here. And let's get straight into this hookup, man. All right, so let's start off with a bass line. I'm using this Serum bass. I want this to be really like upbeat, so I'm gonna put this to like 175 BPM. Thinking maybe like a Wheezy kind of Tecca kind of feel. Let's just copy these bass notes real quick. Mute the bass real quick. I kind of like the sound, but I feel like I want it to be a little more plucky. We're in Serum, so might as well kind of change up the sound a little bit. And then maybe we can find a different that's kind of cool. Take the cutoff down a little bit more. All right, so let's just go into the effects. We're gonna add some hyper dimension. Chorus maybe, and then we could also probably add some delay. All right, so let's go ahead and build some chords on top of this. And then maybe bring it up an octave, see what that sounds like. And then maybe we can add some notes on top just to kind of bring out that high end. And then instead of kind of going up, we can have some notes also going down at the same time. Oh, that sounds fire right there. And then we can repeat that. This is about to be a banger. I'm not even gonna lie to you. We can do the same thing right here and move these two notes up. Move these up an octave. Nah. There we go. Fire. Now with the bass. I'm gonna take another lead here. This to feel like sort of like spacey, so I'm gonna be adding like a lot of reverb to these sounds. You see, like it's a little bit dry, and I feel like it's standing out a little bit too much. So I'm gonna cut off some of the high end. So I'm gonna go ahead and use some elements. Shout out to my guy Ocean. We have some reverb, which I believe is the wind. We have motion, which I think is chorus. I'm not completely sure. I just play with the knobs and I know it sounds good. So, oh, this is like a delay. EQ down here. So this is without any effects at all. Cool, but it's a little bit harsh. And then we're gonna go ahead and add the EQ and then also add the elements in there. A lot softer. So now that it sounds the way we want it, let's go ahead and finish this little melody. There we go. Fire. Maybe we can change this. And I still want some more high end to come through, so I'm gonna take off some of the cutoff. There we go. That's fire. And then we can kind of bring back this melody over here. Keep the same part over here, just move it up an octave and add one more note. Let's just keep this one note right here. Now you would think that we're gonna, you know, do a whole nother fucking whatever the fuck at the end of this, but I'm okay with just leaving one note here because I can add another sound at a different time. Soft, short little pluck. Only want to use it to kind of end off this like melody over here. There we go. That's fire. That's a nice little, unexpected little, you know. I kind of want to add like one more sound, not necessarily for this part of the loop, but just to have for like a verse. I usually feel like that makes verses way more interesting. See, I like this sound, but it's a little bit too much. All right, so I'm going to change this verse sound and see what we get. Oh, that's kind of fire. It's like soft. I'm going to turn off this noise. And I'm also going to turn off the sub over here. And then we can turn this up an octave. Ooh, that's a fire sound, but I feel like it's like ringing out too long. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna cut this off, and then maybe we can just take a EQ and then take out these lows, take out some of these highs. And then this part comes in. That's pretty fire. I gotta go back to Mad Max's vocal chops because these vocal chops are so fire. Let me find one that fits, bro. That might work. Wait, is that even in key though? I can't even tell if it's in key or not. What the fuck? There we go. We need to add some reverb to that. It just gives so much bounce to it, you feel me? Alright, that's fire right there, but let's do like some vocal chops on the second half of this. Turn it down an octave, and now we can chop it up. Chop it up right here. Move this up just in case you want to use this later. I want this to be like a nice little bouncy chop, you feel me? Maybe we can chop this twice right here. Because for the second half of this little vocal chop loop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this part up an octave. Right click, make unique as sample. And then we can chop this part up again. Delete this part, move this part over here. And then we can make this part unique as sample once more. A little bit tedious work, but it's worth it. You feel me? Reverse this part, watch. And then maybe turn this back down an octave. Drop a little clap in there. V3. I like to add this little snare towards the end of the bars. Grab a little hi-hat MIDI real quick. All right, let's just go with this one right here and make some changes. There we go. And honestly, when the BPM's this fast, you could literally go with a two-step and a couple of rolls and it'll sound perfectly fine. And I'm gonna do a combination of 808s. We're gonna use the Erupt 808 and then the Gunship 2. There we go. Now we have the little foundation. Now we can start adding in, you know, a little bit of sauce. This is a very simple pattern. I'm gonna move this note up an octave. These notes, move both these up an octave. I'm gonna cut this out, cut this out, cut this out, and we're gonna paste this onto the different 808. Here we go. What I'm also gonna do is, just so that both of these 808s don't bleed into each other, we're taking the hold, putting it all the way up, everything else all the way down on the envelope little tab window, just so that it stops exactly when we want it. Same thing on this 808, and then we can do like multiple notes on the same root note. I kind of want to add something else in here, like a little, kind of want to do something a little melodic with these 808s. So something like that. I'm going to Control L, move all these notes over here. So obviously that's a little bit too obvious, but what we could do is bring this down. Nah. Sort of play with the velocities, put this down, make these kind of fall off so it sounds like an echo. Move this up a little bit. I wonder if we cut these out and paste it onto the other 808, will it sound better? Yeah. If you want to hear the full beat, I'm going to leave it down in the description below. And I'm out of here. Gang, gang. Bow.